Well, good afternoon, good Thursday afternoon. As you can see on your wide screen there tonight, there's three of us involved in the show tonight. We're missing our main man, our main producer. He's a producer. He is the director. He is the set technician and what do they call it? The gripper or the grifter. What is that they call them on the when they in control of everything, Charlie, on the
The,
set
the
there.
grip the gripper boy, he's just the one that goes around with the cord, handing it to the camera. Man, that's a grip fella.
He
Uh,
gripping. Uh-huh.
he gripping,
Well,
he gripping.
that's normally what Marvin's doing. He's gripping that, trying to keep that hat from falling off his head, and
That's
gripping
right.
his Jimmy Swaggart microphone and all that. But he's not with us tonight. He's at a very important meeting, and y'all just don't worry about Marvin. He's okay. He's not in the hospital. He hasn't been in a bad car wreck or anything, but he's not with us right now. He might pop in if it's convenient for him in just a little while later on. But anyway, we appreciate y'all tuning in to us tonight. Here we are. Y'all know who we are. Charlie Platt and two of the Dirt Road Sports coming to you live. I'm live on Flamingo Boulevard. Queasel is live in Thompsontown, Georgia. And Charlie Platt is live at turn number 3 of the old Rocket Speedway. And as Marvin would always say when he opens up the show, uh, if you're not into common sense thinking, conservative ideas, if you voted for Joe Biden, uh, you probably are not going to enjoy what we're going to be telling y'all tonight because we tell y'all the truth and nothing but the truth. But some people are offended by the truth and they don't know how to defend themselves against the truth. But we're here with the truth and nothing but the truth. So anyway, if you voted for Joe Biden, probably a good and plan on voting for him again. Now, we can excuse it one time, but twice you can't excuse it twice. So
Yeah.
if you plan on voting for him again, here's what I suggest you do. You need to tune in Rachel Maddow, uh, The View, reruns of Phil Donahue, MTV, or cornhole tournament. That's what y'all need to be watching instead of watching us because you're not gonna like what we have to say. But we're here for y'all. We appreciate all y'all being with us tonight. Y'all our peeps, and that's all we can say. We
Woo.
y'all give us opportunity to be on with y'all every Thursday night. We look forward to this, and sometimes we do not plan very well for our shows, and tonight probably is one of those. We've been busy. Nadine and I have been busy with having to go here and go there and do all that. Queasel's been busy trying to keep the fire department and the city of Colquitt all on the same lane. And Charlie said they got him on some new medicine and he feels like he had been beat with a rod. So y'all just
Yep.
understand that. Now none of us tonight probably on 100%. That's why it's so imperative that all four of us be together when we have the show because most of the time Marvin has always got something to interject. Now, whether it's right or not, we can't take any we can't take
we
any blame for that. But he always interjects. He always has an opinion, and we have opinions, of course. But we're glad to be with y'all tonight. We do not have the big screen. Marvin did not get out. He has not had time to get out this week and get the big screen going on. But we will have the trivia question tonight, and we will have the Floyd's list of impossibilities, and we're gonna be talking about some other things tonight. And we have got them tuned in tonight. Y'all look it up here. We got them coming from Sheridan, Wyoming. Tuned in from
wow.
Sheridan, Wyoming. Now, tell me we don't have long tentacles that reach out. The audience reaches back to us and embraces us. Sheridan, Wyoming, Hazelhurst, Georgia, Cheevertown, Georgia, and the end of Flamingo Boulevard, Dawsonville, Georgia. We got them from everywhere. We appreciate y'all. And now these people that y'all see on the screen up here, none of them plan on voting for Joe Biden. So
No.
that's why they're still tuned in. But if you plan on voting for Joe Biden, tune us out.
Don't you
I hear the cornhole tournaments are outstanding.
don't you say something about stay around like-minded people?
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Surround
and- and-
yourself with like minded.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
And
Well, y'all know what happened with Marvin, don't you? Why he ain't got none of this stuff figured up. He got a church conclave tonight, and he was still on order of getting everything together. And then somebody mentioned they was eating supper. That's all Marvin had to hear.
Yeah, that's
here's the deal. What is this? Baptist? This is
Baptist
Baptist preachers
Baptist
and
conclave.
deacons and that
Yeah,
kind of stuff, like an
yeah.
association meeting.
There you go.
Like an
Yeah.
association meeting. Well, here's an impossibility. It is an impossibility that where there are two or more Baptist preachers together, that food will not be served.
Oh man, they
Ain't no,
eat it up out there.
they don't tell you what they're eating. I mean, who
Ain't no
prepared all that stuff? And I'd like to know what they're eating. And here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. We're close. We're like family. Me and Queasel and Charlie and Marvin and Nadine. We're like family. We have no secrets from one another. We lay it out there on the line with one another. But we have feelings too. We have feelings. We all have feelings. And when you get excluded from something that you feel like you could have benefited from or could have helped, with the outreach, that hurts. And it's really unnecessary that we have to go through this stress and this pain and all. But we're big boys and we can take it. But
we can handle it.
We can handle it. But I'm just thinking, if it would have been a perfect opportunity for outreach,
Yeah.
churches, they always talk about mission work and outreach. How many people could they have? Do you think anybody from Sheridan, Wyoming knows anything about the Baptist conclave going on tonight other than hearing it from us? No.
Right.
People in Baker County, in Cheever Town up there in Baker County, in Hawkins Town, Baker County, do you think they know anything about what's going on at Flat Creek Church or what we could have, the people that we could have reached tonight,
Right.
simply if we'd had the invite to be there and be in that setting with those Baptist preachers, eating and talking back and forth to one another, the people that we could have reached and might have turned their life around. I don't know, but we did not have that opportunity.
We could have almost been like missionaries, couldn't we, Floyd?
That's the purpose of a church, is outreach and mission work.
I know for a fact none of the three you see on this screen would have complained about what they got to eat out there. We'd have been grateful and thankful for it and just fit right in.
Here's what I know about what they got to eat. Marvin had nothing to do with the preparation of it.
That's good.
Now, he is going to play a big part in the consumption of it. True. But in the preparation, and he will not be a part of the cleanup after. He will not be a part of that either. But he is a.
I've never known him. I've never have seen Marvin. My friends that we associated with for years and years and years, and I've seen Queasel. I hadn't been around Charlie. He lives a little bit further away. As much as I have seen Queasel in action at the grill.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin at the grill, grilling a steak, grilling a fillet, one of those good fillets from the meat house out here, from Sowega Meat Company. Never have seen him. You when you're grilling a steak, you have to feel of it. Yep, you get your flipper there, and you have to feel medium well, rare, well done. Never have seen him do that. Never have seen him cook a hamburger on a grill. I never have seen him at a fish cooker putting brim in and cooking them, and then turning them and getting them just right. Never have seen that.
Well, let me ask you this.
I got it figured out what would happen. I can see it right. I'm having a vision, if you will. I'm having it's coming to me. He'd put that fillet, Kenny, and he could probably carry it back out there to Kenny and said it wasn't any good. But what he'd do, he'd put it down there on a hot charcoal, and the phone would ring.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd have to go over here in the corner, away from everything else, to talk to somebody. And do all this motion like somebody help me. and that thing would be turned to charcoal halfway
Charcoal.
through when he got back to it.
It would be charcoal. And anyway,
But
that's
all those things that you described that you've never seen him cook. Have you ever seen him eat any of those things?
I've seen him eat everything. I've seen him eat it all. And he's well versed in eating, I promise. There's got to be a scripture in the Bible somewhere about there is no limit on the amount of food that you can eat. Well, there is too. If you think about it, that's one of them 7 deadlies. Gluttony. If you think about it. But we better pay a bill for we. Yeah, let's pay a bill.
Tell them about you talk about some eating and good food. Tell them about our friends there at TK, Floyd.
Oh man, that's one of the best places you go get you something to eat. Me and Nadine got something from there last night. Called over there and told Miss Haley. She said, "What you want, Floyd?" I said, "I want the regular." She knows what it was. She fried us up 2 of them catfish fillets, and she put a double order of them house cut French fried potatoes in there. And we had already made us a little salad there with some tomatoes and some onions and some pickling cucumbers with a little vinegar on them. And I went out there and got them things. I called her. She had them ready for me when I got out there. I got out there and paid and brought them back home. Me and Nadine eat every mouthful. There wasn't nothing left. But it was delicious. The food is good. They use good clean peanut oil to cook their fish and their shrimp in. They use good quality beef to make their hamburgers and cook the steaks. They make good quality steaks, good hamburger steaks, good quality meat. Nothing is on the short string out there at TK's. Right here in Colquitt, Georgia. Y'all go see them.
Right.
They right there. Take Highway 45 north right out of Colquitt. Just when you get out of town, you look to your left and you'll see it over there. Be a wood face building. TK's. Y'all go in there and visit with them. Get you something good to eat. Good folks to do business with.
And Charlie, you done described it. You done told exactly what he do. Tell them about the good folks out there at Sawega Meat Company, that filet that they gonna give Marvin to cook. Tell them about what they can go out there and get.
I will tell you won't find a better place to buy meat that you know is USDA inspected. They have got a processing plant right there on the property. Stop by and see them, whether it's a filet, a ribeye, or you want a hunk of sirloin, you want some good smoked sausage, some delicious smoked sausage, pan sausage, and other great products. About anything you want to find. They got produce out there from time to time. It's all at Sawega Meats. They are the place to go here in the Wiregrass area. They're on 27 between Blakely and Colquitt, about halfway in between. They'll custom do any type of cutting of the meats. They package it for you, put it in your freezer, be ready to go. Or just maybe a couple of steaks like Floyd and Nadine, get them a couple of those fillets and let them. But you have to, do it right, because the meat is the secret, and it is quality if it comes from Sawega, 27 between Colquitt and Blakely, Georgia.
There you go. Hey, I wanna. There's just something that bothered me. I want to talk to y'all about, because we're a little closer to the same age than Marvin is, and these vehicles you get nowadays, the ones that run on gas now, the ones that. And I got one that I drive at work, and every time you pull up to the stop sign, it chokes down. Yeah, every time you mash your brake, you pull up to the stop sign, it cut off. And you take your foot off the brake and you give it a little gas, let it roll over, and it crank back up, and yonder you go. So here's what they say, and they saying that it saves fuel by doing that. And so I got 2 problems with that. The first thing is, it takes more fuel to recrank a vehicle than it does to sit there and idle. Now y'all think back when we was teenagers now, and most everything we were driving back then had a clutch on it. Everything did, but most of the stuff had a clutch on it. But even if it didn't, and if you pulled up to the stop sign and your car or your truck, your vehicle, it choked down, wasn't that one about the most embarrassing things that could ever happen to you? You didn't stop till you got that carburetor adjusted. I ain't figured that out. Why is that okay now?
Well, here's the deal too, Quizzy. When you choke down, at the traffic light there, and then you try to crank it up, and you be mashing on your feet down there, and you flood the car out, and you
That's
smell
right.
gas everywhere, and then you panic. Then folks behind you, they in a hurry, they blowing the horn, and you can't get your old car or truck crunked up. But I'd still rather have a gas car than an electric car.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But them folks in California now, they going all electric,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
all they going all electric. They all in on doing away with all of the fossil fuels out there.
What?
But they got a problem. I was just reading about it this week. They got a problem out there in California. You know, they got all these electric vehicles that they promote, and they got all these charging stations, you know, where you pull in. But they got a big problem. They got a big problem with it. People are stealing the charging cables, cutting them off because they have copper wire in them. So you pull up to your charging station and you ain't got no hose to plug in, man. Some homeless person or some illegal alien has done cut the charging cable off and stripped it down to the copper and selling the copper. Can you imagine that? They're selling the copper so they can make more charging stations out of the copper that was stolen from the first charging station. But that's California. But understand that these are the same people that keep electing Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi. They're the same people. So I don't care if they steal every charge, and especially an individual in California that owns an electric vehicle. I hope they get all of them. I hope they steal them all, get them all, and they have to push that thing somewhere.
Floyd, I heard one today that goes along with what you just said, sort of, that if the Democrats thought that every illegal alien crossing that border down there was going to vote Republican, you could see the wall in outer space.
Mm-hmm. You could see it. It looked like a Greek China wall. That's what it looked like. And they would have armed guards down there.
Well, let me tell you what got me on this. Let me tell you the situation I get under today, and tell me what you think about this situation. You talking about an embarrassing deal now. So you know we ain't got but one red light in Cockwood, and so we had a call, and so I done turned the sirens on and all the red. I had red lights going every which direction, siren hollering in all directions. Go up there and I pull up to the red light because you better stop before you run through a red light. You better stop. I pulled up there and stopped, narrow sight with the sirens blowing wide open, the red lights flashing wide open, and my truck choked down. Now that's about nothing I've seen in my life. I said, good gracious. I just reached down and turned everything off, and when it come back, I just drove on normal.
That's it. They get on out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they controlling your life with that, Queasel. That's what they do. They could with what is it? The smart thermostats they got. They can control them as to what temperature your house is.
Yeah.
If they think you're burning too much electricity or you got it too cool, they'll trim your thing down. Same way with your automobile. They're gonna fix these automobiles up. Well, whoa, wait a minute though. Old Floyd, he's getting out of his jurisdiction. We better slow him down. They'll start out with you can't run about 15 or 20 miles an hour. You know, maybe you can hobble back into home. They're doing the same thing with semi trucks. I got a good friend of mine that drives a semi truck. He late model semi truck. And he said that he will be 20 minutes from his destination where he can unload and go somewhere and park and spend the night. They'll cut him off and he'll have to pull over immediately somewhere and stop that truck. They call it the electronic truck log, electronic log book is what they do. And he's done been on there. He's done been in that truck too many hours. They fixing to cut him off. He said, I'll be 20 minutes from my destination. And they'll cut me off. He said, I'd have to pull off somewhere and spend the night before I can go unload and get another load. See while they was unloading his trailer and loading his trailer back up with something else.
He could be sleeping.
But you can't do that because the Democrats has got it figured out that they smarter than the people are that are driving those semi trucks from coast to coast.
Wayne Gucci said about your situation, Queasel, said it eats up starters and batteries, and in that when it stops and cranks back up. So you know, and here's something else. I saw this today. A certain manufacturer, company that has cars and trucks and all sizes in between. They have a truck out there that's, no telling how much it costs, but they were talking about you can't repair anything anymore. And this particular truck has a transmission that if it goes out, it's $12,000. You
Right.
can't get parts for it. There are no way to get parts for it. And the if you want to keep that truck running, you got to pay the manufacturer, which is Nissan, $12,000 for a transmission. Only place you can do it is through the dealer.
You can't put it down there to the garage and let Smokey
No,
Perkins or something take that out and go to the junkyard and find you one good that put in. It can't do that. That won't work. See, because you're an independent thinker when you do that. See, you can't be an independent thinker no more in this country.
You know why? Because we don't get the facts we can think on.
That's right.
You kicked in something a while ago, and anybody can respond to us on my page, on the one that says Dirt Road Sports. You're watching on that one. But I read something a while ago, right before we went on, and they don't want us to know what's going on, but we have to know before it's, we find out. This was just released on Fox News website that on May the 6th, I believe it was, which is 10 days ago, they stopped an Afghan illegal trying to get into Quantico up in Virginia. He is on a terrorist list, and he come across that border down there, and Joe Biden and that bunch don't want the general public to hear such as that. It's been 10 days.
Mm-hmm. And we just now finding out about it.
Have you heard about it?
I heard about it just a while ago. I heard about it a little bit before we went on. We was eating supper there, and I saw that. But
10 days to withhold information from the general public that there was a terrorist that almost got into a Marine military station.
High security. That's a high security place. But anyway, I've got it figured out on all them illegal aliens coming in. They're coming in from all over the world. They're coming in, and if Donald Trump gets in, here's what I want Trump to do. If he gets in, he's talking about deporting all these people. You ain't got it to deport them. You don't have to deport them. I made me a little list here of what you can do to get rid of the illegal aliens in this country, and it's pretty simple. Number one is all illegal aliens that's in here. They know who they are because they got a cell phone. They got them a number in the cell phone, and the people that gave them the cell phones, that by the way that we're paying for, know who they are. First thing you do is cut off the cell phones. Cut the cell phone service off so they can't communicate back and forth and plan and scheme what to do. Cut the cell phones off. Cut off the free housing. Mm-hmm. Cut off the free housing money that they living in these hotels, in these high-end hotels, and the government paying for them to live there while they trash the place. Cut off the free money. Cut off the debit cards that they're giving them every month. Cut off the free health care. You can just do that to start with. That's just for starters right there. And here's what will happen. They will self-deport. Tell them that they can go down to the airport and they can pick up a one-way ticket to wherever they want to go, somewhere else in the world, wherever they come from or wherever they come through. You got a one-way ticket out of here, pal. You can go back home and we'll write you off. That's the only way to happen. You can't round them all up. It's like they're like cockroaches or rats. You can't round them all up.
Yeah.
Scattered everywhere. But if you cut all that stuff off, and the government knows who they are. I mean, they're the ones providing the money for them. They're giving them money to exist. They ain't working. And if they work, what are they doing? Blowing leaves or raking leaves or putting out pine straw or something? I mean, that's about the extent, unless you in New York City, and then that genius mayor up there said that they'd go be lifeguards. So you're going to trust them with guarding your children,
Yeah.
That's right.
And a young will be out there drowning. He said, help, help, help. Well, they can't speak English, so they don't know what he's saying. They may think he's saying, hoorah, hoorah, hoorah.
You're right.
Genius.
Tell them about all that seafood down at Ziggy B, Floyd.
Ooh, I was in there this afternoon, man. Ziggy, that's one fine place to go in to go in there and get you something good to eat. I called in there this afternoon. Me and Nadine been running all day today, running all day yesterday, and we got to run something more tomorrow. And I told Nadine a Thursday night shrimp night for us. Ain't no problem. Shrimp night. Told Nadine, I said, look here, I said, why don't we just call down there and get Ziggy to steam us about a pound of them good peeled and deveined shrimp. And she said, I think that's a great idea. I called down. I said, just steam them for me and put them in the ice cooler there. And I said, I'll be on by there after a while, pick them up. I went to the grocery store, done a little business there, come on by there. Ziggy Bees, there they were. There they were. Had them already steamed. They was in the bag, ready to go. I went in there and talked with them for a little while. Brought my steamed shrimp on home. Looked in that cooler. Man, they had salmon fish in there. They had catfish in there. Shrimp, had oysters in there. Lobster tails in there. Whatever you want. Got some good fresh mullet in there too. And look in it, like I was telling y'all the other week. If you want to get smart, real smart, eat you some mullet heads.
That's right. That's right. Hey, let me tell y'all about our friends up at Holster 9 in Phillips Auto Parts. We talk to you all the time about the shape our nation's in, and you know it's sad to say, but we live in a time now that if you're gonna protect your family, you about gonna have to do it yourself because we got good law enforcement. Don't get me wrong, we got good law enforcement in this part of the country, but the government has about took their rights away from them. It's took away all their power. And so you need to kind of be ready to protect yourself. But, you know, we got hunting season. It'll be here before you know it. It's time to get geared up for all that kind of stuff. I saw they had feeders out there, deer feeders out there. They had some shooting blinds out there, some shooting houses ready to go. Any kind of long gun you want, any kind of pistol for your self-defense. Got all that, any kind of ammunition. Across the way, right next door, all your farming needs, your automotive needs, whatever you might need for your vehicle, they got it. And world famous, I mean world famous, Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grills. They got it from the little portable ones that you take to the ball game and tailgate. Hey, baseball season's here now. Football season ain't that awful far away. Go ahead and get geared up. You get that grill, you got to have the rabbit pellets. They got them too. Go see our friends right there on 27, just outside of town, under those beautiful two American flags, Phillips Auto Parts and the Holster 9. Go see them. Give them a call.
Queens, I just heard they was a buddy of mine talking to that dude said they were selling sweet corn out there, right? Fresh picked sweet corn out there.
Sure enough, I don't doubt it.
Yeah. They had it out there. So y'all check them out. Get you something good to eat.
You know, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but most of the advertisers we do, and this is important, these are hometown people, and they doing whatever it takes to survive. They whatever they can sell, whatever kind of work they can do, and every one of them's honest. They treat you fair. They treat you right. You know, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. This is something I don't know if we've ever put on the air before. We even said we've had some people before ask us, you know, hey, we might want to advertise with y'all, but we didn't pursue that because we didn't agree with what they done. So we kind of picky about who we put out there. We put hardworking people. And like you said, they'll do whatever they need to do to make an honest living. We need to support our hometowns, whether it's in Colquitt, whether it's in Headland, wherever it's at. We need to support our little small hometown businesses because that's what makes it work. And
amen. But I agree 100%. These people are all home people. They hometown people, and they got an interest in this community, and they donate to causes around here. They help this community. Right. Y'all work with them, man. Instead of going to Albany and shopping and doing all this, see if you can find something here in Coffee. See if you can find it. And going everywhere to go eat out. You know, if you want to go eat out, go out here to TK's. You can get just as good of food out there as you want to get anywhere. If you want you some good fresh seafood, go to Ziggy B's. If you want you a good piece of meat, you go up here. You go up into Sowega Meat Company, halfway between Colquitt and Blakely. You go see them people. If you want you a good gun or you want some auto parts, go see them. Go see them at the Holster 9 and Phillips Auto Parts right there.
That's right. Floyd, I understand that you have a very unique trivia question for us tonight, being Marvin ain't him, that you took that ball. Won't you talk to us about it a little bit?
Well, yeah, this was kind of unloaded on me this afternoon. One of those, by the way, Floyd deals. come up with a trivia question. So here's our trivia question tonight, and it is sponsored by them good folks over there at Southern Hissy Fits. Let me tell you what. Now, them folks can fix you up. They've got all these tumblers fixed up that every tumbler you see that I'm drinking out of, that Charlie's drinking out of, that Queasel's drinking out of, came from Southern Hissy Fit. They can custom make anything that you want, any kind of tumbler, any kind of embroidery. They working on me some shirts for my appraisal business there, working on me some good golf shirts to wear. Get you a tag right there if you want. And you ain't got to win. You ain't got to wait to try to win one of these tags. Now, you can go in there and buy one of these tags from Southern Hissy Fits. But the trivia question tonight, who is this? And who is this right here? Who is this woman right here? That's the question.
You reached way back for that, didn't you?
I reached way back for that. She was born in 1933. That's all I'm clues I'm gonna give you for right now. Call or text, put your text up there, or call 229-254-2727. Text me at 229-254-2727.
Yep.
If you know who that lady was.
That for my time. I can't hit you with that.
1933. Roger Cook said she's pretty. Yeah, she was long about that time, Raj. That'd have been about 1951 or 2 there, or 3 maybe.
Floyd,
Yeah.
you ever thought about this? The turbulence that the beautiful young lady might have been amongst in her time. She'd love to have.
Yeah, she was in some pretty rough company there. But
you know what she needed though?
What's that?
To fight the big thing she had to fight. She needed Billy Shingler as her lawyer. If he
That's exactly right.
That'd have been just a job for him. And when we find out who the winner is, I think folks will understand what I said there.
That's right. She needed, but I don't think he was even born long back.
No.
Oh, he's young. He's a young lawyer. All right, that woman that we just showed popped up there when she was born in 1933. Ain't nobody guessed it. Ain't nobody called me. Ain't nobody texted me. Text 229-254-2727 if you know who that is. I'm going to give you one more clue. Well, I'm not going to give you a clue right now.
You might have stumped
the hat kind of gives a clue, Floyd.
To the era. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and probably something she was involved with or someone she was close to was involved with. She looked like one of those type entertainers, did she not?
Well, let's see if somebody call him from Enterprise. Yeah, go ahead, isn't Floyd? Yeah, go ahead.
Is it Mother Maybelle?
No, it ain't Mother Maybelle. Sure ain't, baby. Thank you for calling. Thought it was Mother Maybelle. That was a good answer.
Well, yeah. She's on the right track.
Younger than Mother Maybelle.
Yeah, but she's on the right track.
She was involved in the country music scene. Let's put it that way. She was involved. 259-254-27. Call me or text me, either one. She was pretty. I might agree with Roger Cook. She was a pretty gal.
Yes, sir.
Don't believe I know that one.
I know you don't. I went way back on that. I got to go back. I like to go back and I like to reflect. See, that's one thing. We reflect and we revelate and we opine.
That's reflecting way back.
I can way back. I can go way back with you now. I can go back. I'm gonna give you a clue. She was married to 2 very famous country music singers.
At the same time?
Nope.
No. Well,
they didn't do that back then. She wasn't.
I didn't know.
She wasn't no Mormon.
I didn't know.
Oh man, she wasn't no sister wife.
I didn't know.
Married to 2 very famous country music artists while they were still alive. Both of them died early.
I got one. I got somebody playing on this one.
All right.
Our buddy Kenny Jackson down in Cottonwood says he's on the right track. Hank Jr.'s mama. That ain't Hank Jr.'s mama. That's not Miss Audrey.
Nope.
Miss Audrey looked meaner than that. This gal had a sweet look about her. Miss Audrey looked like she could just.
She was rough. Miss Audrey.
Carry her through.
Anybody, anywhere. I'm gonna give you one more clue. While she was married to her last husband, she run Johnny Cash slam crazy. He'd get up. Y'all ever seen that movie, Old Brother, Where Art Thou? When they rode by
Yeah.
where the vixens was out there, the sirens was out there, the stream, and that old
right.
boy sprung and does that. Oh! That's the way Johnny Cash was doing with him.
Wow.
That's right. True story.
Mm.
I've heard it from more than one.
Mm.
All right, y'all, they're beating all around it, Charlie. They beating all around it. Your folks here,
Well,
my folks, they ain't, I
let's
ain't got
move on along.
nothing
Find
coming in on mine.
give a little time to
Yeah, we
come
give
in.
a little time. Y'all text me or call me in here. Go ahead. Let's go on and burn some time here and talk about some things. If we got a good commercial need to come up, we talk about that. Whatever you need to do.
We can show talk about I tell you what, we got. I don't know of any better folks we know of than the good folks at the Peach Depot. It's getting to be their time of year. The peaches is just about ready if they ain't already ready, and it's getting time to do that. They the peas. I know snap beans is ready now. The peas is getting ready, and won't be long for butter beans and okra and all that'll be coming. Looking at them, look at them peaches. Man, ain't them things pretty? Ain't but one thing make them any more prettier, and that was they within a peach cobbler. That's all that would make them any prettier right there. Put them things in a good old peach cobbler. But they got anything you need to do with any kind of vegetables. They got it. They are fresh picked. Family on. Look at them peaches out there on them trees. There's their vegetables out there growing. I think I heard Marvin say that the peas was going to be ready. See, Marvin didn't give us a lot of information when he heard that they was eating at the conclave tonight. He was like Floyd said, he was gone. So we just having to go off of what we don't know. But the Peach Depot on Highway 84 there in Iron City, you can't miss it. It's locally owned, good people. But listen now, until school is out, they're only open on the weekends. So you need to go over there on Friday and Saturday and Sunday and go by there and take a peek at what they got. I guarantee you'll find something you like. You'll find it at a good price, and you won't beat the quality of the fruits and vegetables they got. Go see them at the Peach Depot, Iron City, Georgia.
I just had one text in said it was June Carter. It was not June Carter. This was pre-June Carter.
She drove Johnny Cash crazy, but
Damn crazy, so crazy. So did. Before June just drove him crazy.
That's right. That's right.
It was not Gene Shepard, Jason. So sure wasn't. Y'all keep trying. We'll keep rolling.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna stand here and just have a dead air time. That's the worst thing in the world you can have.
Yeah, Flor. I mean, Mark, Charlie, didn't you have some things you wanted to talk about?
A couple of things. If he could put up the picture here, put up one at the time, if you don't mind. Well, that'd be all right. Now I want Floyd to tell me what that mouth reminds him of Maxine Waters. You still think
that mouth reminds me of nothing normal. They ain't a normal tooth in that head, and they ain't a normal hair on that head, and they ain't enough lipstick. Merle Norman don't sell a tube of lipstick big enough to cover them lips with lipstick.
Whoo!
Hey, that's about all I can do.
Looks like a rabid dog to me, something like that.
And they ain't nothing between them ears except mush.
Always has been.
Impeach 45, impeach 45, impeach 45. I heard that. Till I was so sick of it. That's all she could say. She talking about impeach 45, and some of y'all that might be listening in up there at Martha's Vineyard, what she was talking about, impeach 45, that was Donald J. Trump. She was talking about impeaching. Just you were wondering.
And Mr. Biden gives up this, the economy is doing great. Stock market hit 40,000 today, and then didn't come back a little bit. But that other sign that was up there on the left tells the whole story. You go to the grocery store and buy $100 worth of groceries and carry them out with one hand.
That's right. You're right. And Maxine ain't worried about what groceries cost, man.
No.
And Nancy Pelosi, they don't care what groceries cost. It's meaningless to them. Joe Biden,
And
you
you
think
know,
Joe Biden ever went anywhere and bought a buggy full of groceries? Or Dr. Jill Biden, you think she's ever went in anywhere and bought a basket, a buggy full of groceries and paid for it? Nope. She don't even know what a grocery store is.
here's the thing: we laugh and joke and cut up and make fun of all this stuff. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's some folks right here, well, not just right here, but all over the United States, but especially in our part of the country here, Southwest Georgia, Southeast Alabama, North Florida. There's some folks here that can't go to the grocery store and buy everything that they need. Not
No.
nothing of what they want. They can't
Uh-huh.
buy everything that they need.
That's what
And
they need. I know.
it's a crying shame when a man and a woman works all week long and ain't got enough money to go buy groceries. Because
Right.
by the time they get through with everything else, insurance done went sky high. You pay all your bills, there ain't nothing left to buy groceries with, and you got a family you want to feed. How you gonna do it? It's we I know we pick at it and joke about it and all that kind of stuff, but it really ain't no joking matter.
Not
It it,
anymore.
Oh, it's serious
it,
business. It's serious business now.
it ain't no
And
joking matter.
it's like California is so easy to expose for how stupid they are.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is just out in the open. It's blatant. And that governor they got out there, he wants California to be the model for the United States of America. In San Francisco, California, homeless people laying everywhere. You can't even get into a store or a business without walking over some drunk or drugged out homeless person. Well, here's what San Francisco has done. They spent $5 million each year for the last 3 or 4 years to provide free whiskey and beer and wine to homeless people, alcoholics, homeless people. That was Leotis calling. Leotis don't know who that was. Well, they spend $5 million a year to. They got places where they just go and drink up all the liquor you want. Here you go. And another thing in California, I've been noticing this, that they said that wine consumption is down all over the whole United States, but weed consumption is up all over the United States. So you folks drinking that wine, I'm telling you now, y'all, they may go out of business, but it looks like y'all gonna have to turn them vineyards into marijuana farms if you're gonna survive.
They probably will.
They will. That's what they'll do. Yeah. No wine no more. Say that wine consumption is down, but weed consumption is up. So let's keep them high, baby. You know, you can just drink so much wine. You can just, but weed, I think smoking weed, I think you can do it 24/7. Just every
That's
time.
what Willie says. That's possible.
You smoke it all the time.
Florida, I see you got a guess up there. Is that right? Because I don't know.
Where's that at? Yeah. That's the one that. Yeah. She ain't know I'm the guest here. Yeah.
I'm saying you got a somebody guessed
Yes.
it.
Again. No, that ain't right. No. That ain't her. Man, I'm gonna throw the hard one up on them tonight.
Might as well tell them.
I'm gonna have to tell y'all who it is. I'm gonna have to throw the picture back up there, Cody, and I'll tell y'all who this is. She was married to 2 very famous country music stars. The first one she was married to was Hank Williams Sr. Hey, Kitty Wells, that ain't Kitty. The first one she was married to was Hank Williams Sr. The second one she was married to Johnny Horton. And that's when Johnny Cash went crazy over. And she was married to Johnny Horton. And what happened to him? He got in a car wreck or something and got killed, didn't he, Charlie?
Wasn't he in a plane crash too?
Yeah. Got killed early. So
Clifton,
he's all wrong. Y'all, we done missed y'all. Who was that person that called in and said it was Hank Jr.'s mama? Y'all, do you know who that was?
That's our buddy down in Cottonwood, Mr. Kenny Jackson. He's close. You be telling.
Yeah, let's give Kenny Jackson. Right. He's close enough to get the tag. We're gonna give him a tag. It ain't doing us no good to keep these tags.
No, and here's we'll get Kenny the tag, but here's the deal. That gal being in the middle of the Hank Williams Sr. death and loser leave town death match between her and Audrey Williams, she needed Billy Shingler as her lawyer, because that is none other than Betty Jean. Isn't that right?
That's it. Billie Jean.
Bob
Billie
Jean.
Jean. Billie Jean.
Billie Jean. And she was, like I said, she was 19. We figured up she was 19 when she married Hank. And they made money off the wedding, because best of my remembrance, they married him on the stage at the Louisiana Hayride down in Louisiana. And but boy, Billy Shingler could have made a big hit by being her lawyer, defending her against the likes of Audrey Williams.
Uh-huh.
Audrey Shepard Williams. And speaking of Mr. Shingler, he's watching. We see he checked in here just a few minutes ago. I guess he's at that conclave at the round table tonight. But if you need an attorney, a good attorney, as good as they get, call Shingler Law, Billy Shingler. He is ready to get you out of anything you might get into. And I've been thinking about if I go over there hunting and need somebody to maybe get me out of something over there, I'm going to use him. He is our lawyer for the dirt road sports. He wouldn't be our lawyer if he wasn't a good one.
That's right. Nothing but the best. That's the only people we promote.
That's it.
The best.
I'm gonna tell you a true story that happened this morning. We had a meeting in my office, and there was another man in the office, and he called a lawyer, and Marvin was in there. And you know, Marvin can't be quiet when there's a conversation going on. So Marvin was just talking, and he said, "Tell your lawyer so and so and so and so." And you know what he told him to tell Marvin? He said, "You tell Mr. Marvin that I am not going to discuss anything with him, because his attorney is Billy Shingler, and I don't want to tangle with him." That's the truth if I ever told it. That happened this morning. Of course, nobody will tangle with Marvin with or without a lawyer, but you pair him and Billy Shingler up, you have got trouble. Floyd, tell them about our buddy, the plumbing magician.
Man, that's our man right there. That's our go-to man right there. That he's been with us for a while, and KWG Plumbing, Kenneth Wayne Garner. If you ever meet him, you won't never forget him. You won't ever forget who he is. He is the right kind of guy. He will do you right. If you got some plumbing needs, he will do you right. But I got a call coming in. I think that was Leotis again calling me. But Kenny Wayne Garner, and we got some pictures, and he is a master fisherman, not only a master plumber, but also a master fisherman and a good guy to boot. I'm going to get old Kenny Wayne on the speakerphone here. I'm going to let him tell us about some of these pictures here that we got going on.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
What's going on there, Brother Garney? Good to talk to you, man. We got you on the live air here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sport. Always a pleasure to talk to you, and always a pleasure to see what you've been up to, where you've been fishing, and what you've been doing, what kind of work you've been doing in your plumbing business. So tell us what's going on there, Brother Garney.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me on. I'm out here in the doghouse tonight listening to y'all. Man, we've been doing service and repair, new construction. You name it, we've been doing it this week. It sounded like when you were talking about you and Nadine running all over the place, I said, dang, it sounds like you've been about the same way I've been. So, been real busy in the workforce. And
well, that's good, man. We're glad to hear that. You got some pictures up here. For Cody, I put them up there. You put them up there just a minute ago with some of those fish that you caught. And some of the plumbing work you're doing right there. That's some of his business he's doing right there. That's the kind of plumbing he does. No job too small or too large for him to do. Commercial, industrial, household, whatever you need. If you got problems with your plumbing system, y'all need to, or you want to install a new one, or you building a new house, y'all call Kenny Wayne Garney right there at KWG Plumbing. And put a picture of those fish up back. There you go. Tell us about them right there, Kenny Wayne.
Yes, sir. We brought them in at Lake Eufaula up there. We were at Cotton Hill Campground last week. I disclosed my location when I called in, but this week it's over, so I can. But we had a real good week. Got a friend of mine in the air conditioning business that told me where the fish was at. Man, we loaded up so many, we decided to have a benefit fish fry at church this Saturday.
All right. Here's what I'm on. Don't you tell us where it's going to be? You tell us everything you want to tell us about that benefit fish fry there, Kenny Wayne.
Yes, sir. Benefit fish fry. Where it stemmed from is we were fishing and we were just loading the boat with fish. And one of my guys that was with me fishing, he said, "Man, we got enough to feed a church." And I said, "Well, you know, you may be on to something." And I got to thinking about it on the way home by myself. Shoot, I got a good church we can feed. You know, just give all the money to the youth group because they got a lot going on this summer.
Amen, brother. Where you going to be, man?
Yeah, so we're going to be at the stud of the Ace Hardware because we got weather coming in. We're going to move to the Free Will Baptist gym. We got a kitchen, and so it's going to be carry out or dine in. I'm going to set up tables inside the gym so you can come up there and get your plate inside, or if you want to just pull up, we're going to come out with umbrellas and come to your vehicle and ask you how many plates you want. And you won't even have to get out of the vehicle. Just pull up. We'll take care of it.
All right, tell us where that church is located at, Kenny Wayne.
Yes, sir. Don't know the exact address. Been going there so many years, I done forgot the address. It's on Grove Street, across from the funeral home.
All right, then that's going to be the Colquitt Free Will Baptist Church. Do you know anybody on this show that goes to that church with you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got several good folks that's on the show. You know that. Well, Queasel, yes, sir. Me and him real tight. But I was gonna cut the Reverend a little slack this week because
don't worry about the Reverend. Don't worry about the Reverend. He done thrown us under the bus and wouldn't let us do mission work for him. And you doing mission work. I see that's what mission work's all about.
Me and Queasel's tight now. Shoot, yeah, we tight, but we're going to be at the gym. We was going to try to do it at Ace Hardware and, you know, kind of hit some local traffic off that 4-lane highway. But we're going to do it. And if we don't make the $50, we're going to give it to the church. And if we make $500, $5,000, we're going to give it to the church.
Amen, brother. That's all that matters. It don't matter the amount. It's all about what it's for. And Kenny Wayne, you're doing a great job, man. You're a good fisherman and you're an even better plumber. And I want you to take Marvin fishing with you one day and give us a report on that, if you will.
Well, first he's gonna have to help me clean them first. Then I take him fishing the next.
He's out. He's gone. You done throw cold water on that deal, brother. Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine trying to eat a fish that Marvin had cleaned?
No.
So-called clean.
He'd be trying to scale a catfish.
We're gonna bring him out here to the doghouse and make him clean fish, and then we'll take him fishing.
Let him skin catfish. That's the best thing he can do. Be put him on the catfish skin and the detail.
He'd be trying to scale it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He'd have a fish scaler trying to scale it.
Go ahead and tell us what you're gonna be serving that Kenny Wayne at the church. Your fish plate.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna share the menu just so everybody knows. Catfish, brim, French fries, hush puppies, baked beans, cheese grit, coleslaw, fried onions or raw onions, possibly some fried green tomatoes, baby dill pickles, and water.
Did you hear that, Charlie Platt?
What time?
$10 a plate.
$10 a plate, or whatever you want. If you want to give 50, if you think it's worth 50, give 50.
Yeah, if you ain't got the $5, we'll give you a fish plate.
There you go. How about that? How about that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beat that.
Yeah, that's great. Kenny Wayne, we love you, man. You're a great advertiser with us, and we hope you getting some business as a result of being on our show, and we wouldn't take nothing for you. You're a good man, and you're doing a good job, and don't change nothing you're doing in your life right now. Don't change nothing, Kenny Wayne.
Well, I got to make today better than yesterday. You know, that's my goal.
That's all you got to do. What you going to leave us with? What kind of good thoughts you going to leave us with tonight?
Yes, sir. I got two. I got one from Wayne and one from Captain Hook. We'll start with Wayne. Keep a smile on your face. Let your dreams stay big and your worries stay small. And from Captain Hook, invite the lake, make positive ripples. You're writing your own eulogy. Make sure it's a good one.
Amen, brother. Look at him. Look at him. One thing, I just had a person text in to me one more time about where it's going to be and when it's going to be. The fish fry.
Yes, sir. Talk Free Will Baptist across from the funeral home. That's the easiest way to explain it. At the gym, just pull up in front of the gym parking lot, or we'll be on the side, at the back, and the front. We'll be looking for you.
What time?
11 a.m. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
That's okay. That's okay. We want to get all that in there. Always tell them what time it's going to be, where it's going to be, and what you're going to be doing. Y'all go see them. At 11 a.m., starting with the fish fry right here in Colquitt, Georgia. Y'all come see
now,
us.
if they want to come by at 8, I'm going to have tomato sandwiches and grilled deer sausage.
Now,
So
come
you wanna
on,
come
hey,
by-
that sounds good enough to me. That's
Come on,
$10
man.
worth right there.
Come on, get you a tomato sandwich and some deer sausage. We'll call it, we'll be frying fish after that.
Have mercy. You're a good man, son.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Well, I
it.
still appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna continue listening.
See you, buddy. Good night.
Lord, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something about this young man right here. He put that together himself. He ain't asked for no help. Surely we're gonna have folks come in there and help him. But he's putting it together, footing all the expense, doing everything, and whatever money is made, he's giving it to the youth.
He's
He
donating
believes
all the meal, all the salt and pepper, and all the beans and French fries. Everything going to the church right there.
he
I'm
is
telling you,
a fine young
that's
man.
the kind of community. I want to tell y'all people, any of y'all that might be listening in Martha's Vineyard, this is the kind of community we live in. And a lot of these people right out here that I'm looking at out here that's chimed in and out, y'all live in the same kind of community. You ain't got to do much. You ain't got to make no big splash. You ain't got to get your name in the paper. You ain't got to get your picture in the newspaper. Don't do it for that reason. Do it because you want to help your fellow man out. And if we don't start doing more of that in this United States of America, I don't know where we're headed. But that's a good man. You're right. And he won't lie about fishing either. He
won't.
Show you the proof of what he does. Like
We got young.
unlike some others that we have had on.
Yeah. We got youngins that want to go to camp, church camp, and do things, and they can't afford it. And it's folks like him that makes it possible that they can do that. So I'm gonna tell y'all one more time where it's at. It's right there on Grove Street. It's now Georgia 310. You turn. If you're going on 27, turn right there at the hardware store. If you're going south, turn right. If you're going north, turn left. Go right down there across from the hardware store, and you'll see the church and the gym. In that big building right beside it, it'll be right there. It's going to start at 11 o'clock. Colquitt Free Will Baptist Church. All the money is going to the youth. Wayne's going to have him a bunch there helping him. It's going to be a big deal. Go support him. Support the church. It's just the right thing to do. Hey, and look, get you some good fresh fish. You saw them. They get you some good fresh fish.
That'll be fresh. That'll be fresh as they come right there.
That's it. Well, it's we've made it pretty good without old Marvin. You think he's gonna pop in, or did you think he ate
I don't
too
look
much?
for him to pop in. I don't look for him.
No.
I think if he's done dogged us off this long, we not very high up on the list of importance.
No, never have been.
Well, he was all distraught this morning. He couldn't hardly talk.
About what?
Oh, I don't know. He had some kind of something going on with his voice. He couldn't hardly talk. He kind of squealed more than he could talk.
I hope y'all don't have no
like
bad weather.
Like wind coming out of a bag.
Sorta, yeah.
Yeah,
sort of like that. And,
well, I hate that. I hope ain't nothing bad wrong with him. I sure do now. Cause how you gonna preach Sunday if he can't talk?
Or if y'all
he'll
have
find a way to preach.
If y'all have bad weather over there this weekend, how is he gonna be the voice of the Weather Channel?
Right.
Well, I don't know if it affected that Weather Channel voice because he keeps that thing hid back in there. Me and him, we was in school this week. We had to go to school. We had to go to I don't know what you want to call it, mandated federal government school on how to handle emergencies and big events. And they's going to teach us how to handle one. And we had one, the biggest one you could have in 2018. You can't get no bigger than a Cat 5 hurricane.
Cat 5, hurricane coming right through your town.
But yet, and here's the other thing. We already had this training about, I'm going to say I had it about 30, 35 years ago. They said, no, that ain't no good no more. You got to go back and redo it again. We've changed some things.
What you had was a BS conclave, bureaucratic stuff.
That's it. Bureaucratic stuff. That's a good way to put it right there.
Well, we had a good teacher.
They paid bureaucrats too, let me tell you.
We had a good instructor that made a bunch of board stuff interesting. So it wasn't a bad time. I had a good class, about 20, 25 people in there. No, it wasn't, about 15 people in there on this one. And everybody got it done and passed it and got everything going on where Colquitt and Miller County can be eligible for some grants and
oh
get
boy.
See, that's how they get.
Will
That's
there
how they
be
do it.
any stipulations or strings attached to them
That's the
grants?
stipulation. If you didn't go take this class, if your emergency department agency heads and all didn't go take this class, then these grants, these federal grants that come up, you ain't eligible. If you don't
Uh-oh.
jump through all their hoops that they put out there,
Do
you
they
ain't
have
gonna get the
boxes?
money.
They have little boxes you have to check about
Yeah,
different
yeah,
things,
yeah.
about
Exactly what they got.
mhm.
Did you do
different
this?
different things that
Check.
really don't mean nothing in the event of an emergency.
You got it.
I got you.
Check.
Hey, we'll
Yeah.
we'll just leave it like that, so them folks in the Martha's Vineyard can feel good about themselves.
That's what it was. But he had to come to work early two mornings this week, and that don't sit good with him either.
What time did he get to work every day? And I'm just asking for a friend. A friend asked me about it.
Well, you know, I'm on let's see, how would you do that? I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna
is
plead
it
the
on
fifth.
the time varies on the number of times a week he runs out of gas on the way to his
To
job.
work. City employee brings guys out there. I was just asking for a friend. I'm sorry I even brought it up. I should not have even brought it
Tell that friend that they called me after the show.
Floyd, I'll lead you into this. It would be an impossibility that Marvin could go 1 week without a major disaster taking place.
Running out of gas, so he left his car switched on, the batteries is dead, flat wheel, something. He run over a deer. He can
Yeah.
run over the most deer. Anybody?
Y'all know him pretty well, don't you?
I
Yeah.
know it well. And you know what? You know when you're driving an automobile, you're driving, and you're not looking down at your telephone or your radio or reading some kind of sermon or something that you're gonna preach while driving. You're looking up ahead. If you see deer moving around, you slow down. Slow down almost to a crawl. You don't just
Not even.
barrel through the herd of
No.
deer that's there. But that's one thing that I admire about Marvin. He can drive while doing all of those things while being totally distracted.
He can't.
Because if you're right, have you ever rode in a car with him, Charlie, and him driving? Have you ever done that?
Not planning on it either. No.
He's driving, and you're sitting over here in the passenger seat, and he's doing this. He's talking to you while he's driving.
That's
That's
exactly
why I ain't
right.
gonna ride with him.
I rode with him from the square to City Hall one time, and that's it. Everywhere else we go down, I
let me
drive.
That's right.
Yep, I drive. Yep.
I
Ain't
told
riding
y'all
with him
about
no
that
more.
time we was going up there, and Weasel was right behind us. Him and his wife. We was all going up there to do a show up there in Dawsonville, going through Lumpkin, Georgia. Marvin, he cruising along there, and looking over there and talking the whole time. He'll look in the back seat sometime, talk back there, and Nadine and his wife
That looks just like him.
going through Lumpkin. Woo, 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 right there. Hey, what's that? I said, that's the police that pulls you over because you're running about 75 miles an hour. And Lumpkin is a speed trap. They will get you in Lumpkin.
That will get you.
So the man pulled up, the policeman pulled up bad, wanted to see his license and everything, and wanted to know. Marvin got to talking to him. With him about him being the city manager of Colquitt, Georgia, and down in Miller County and all that. And then the man said, well, he said, well, if you're the city manager, said, you ain't got no better sense than to drive 75 miles an hour through a town that you know is a speed trap. I said, how did they hire you? I can see that man's wheels turning in his head. He didn't say that, but I can see his eyes. His eyes bugged out like that, and everything. Anyway, he said, Marvin said, I'm just going to give you a warning ticket this time. And Marvin, the guy gave him the warning ticket, and Marvin, this is what he said. He said, thank you. He said, don't you remember me? He said, you stopped me 2 weeks ago up here. I said, get out of here, Marvin. Leave now. Have you
That
ever
sounds
heard
about
something
like it.
in your life? Yeah. Don't you remember me? You stopped me 2 weeks ago and wrote me a warning ticket then. I said, man, let's go. Let's get on, man. It was game on then. Let's go. Let's boogie.
That sounds just about like it.
He done got the shield of protection over him, now from then on. But,
Yeah. Yeah,
we missed him. We really missed him tonight, and he adds a lot to the show. We just about couldn't do
does.
it without Marvin. I'll be honest with y'all. We
Hey.
like to call Marvin, but he's full speed ahead. Whatever he's doing, whatever Marvin's doing, there is no moderation in whatever.
That's right. And before y'all all go to calling and whining and telling we pick on him because we love him, and we can pick on him, and
He do the same thing for us.
yeah. And
If he has a chance, he does the same
yeah.
thing for us. He'll use me and Charlie as for instances in his sermons out there.
Yeah.
You know?
The other good thing about picking on Marvin is you don't have to make nothing up.
You don't have to make nothing up. No, you just tell the truth. And he knows all that. Now, I'm surprised his mom and daddy, especially his mama, ain't done chimed in tonight and telling us to lighten up on him. They must be at the conclave with him. They probably got the invite to the supper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got the invite.
Not me.
They got the invite.
No.
Well, you know, we've had a pretty good show and we've done all kind of stuff, but it's getting to that time. About that time for our, for those Floyd's impossibilities, and they are brought to us from our oldest and longest sponsor that we've
He's
ever
about
had.
the oldest one we got. He's been
Yep.
with us a
Yep.
while now, man. He's in for the game now. Let me
Yep.
tell you.
Berry Hill Auctioneers. I can't think of nobody that loves us anymore and that we love anymore. Tell them a little bit about him, Floyd, before you get going into your stories.
Man, yeah. TC Barry Hill. I met him when we was I was auctioneering over in Saudi Arabia. His stepdad was running the company that started the auctions like we do in America in the Mideast in Saudi Arabia. And he and I got to be good friends over there. And he's one of mine and Nadine's best friends in the world. And we got old Tony Tabb to come over there and to work for us for a while. And TC's stepdad, he said, "Man, I need somebody. We need some help over here." I said, "I'll try to think of somebody." And I got a hold of Tony Tabb. He came over there and worked with us. Tony knows TC good. Tony and TC played a lot of softball over there in Saudi Arabia until we was fixing to have a big auction one time, and Mr. Parks, Jim Parks, TC's stepdad, the owner of the company, we was having a meeting there, and he was telling us what we needed to do, and we needed to be at such and such a place. We were going to have another meeting, go over everything at like 6:30 in the afternoon. And TC made the mistake of saying, Parks said, "Tony and I can't be there at 6:30. We got a softball game." And Jim Parks, the guy who had risked everything he had in the world to go to Saudi Arabia and open an auction business. Now, imagine this. Now, you are a infidel from Texas, and you're gonna go to Saudi Arabia, and you're gonna deal with people like Osama bin Laden. Literally, deal with people like Osama bin Laden, and you got your stepson is telling you, can't be at the meeting. We got a softball game. I'm not going to repeat on live air what Jim Parks told him. Him and Tony Tabb got the message that they wouldn't be at no softball game. They would be at the meeting, if you will.
Well, they was there too, wasn't he?
Huh? Everybody understood it. Everybody that was there understood it. I think even the Muslims that were there understood it. So,
and at 6:30, he was there, right?
He's a great guy. And he came down here, I don't know, a year or so ago. He bought a brand new Raptor truck from Buddy C. Buddy C. Chambers at Spring Creek Ford here in Concord, Georgia. He could have bought one anywhere in the world, but he seen old Buddy C. advertising on our show back yonder when we first got started on this deal.
That's
He
right.
said, "I'm going to go down, I'm going to give him a shot at it." Wrote him a check for it. They delivered it up at Atlanta where he was at the time, doing business. That's how it works, man. I'm going to tell you what, the more people that you know in your life and the more people that you get along with in your life and the more people that you're friends with in your life, the better your life will be. So don't be a hermit. Don't just hermitize yourself somewhere and be mad with everybody all the time. Get out and be with folks and enjoy life because you never know. You never know when that thing's going to change on you. So y'all do everything you can do. But he sponsors Floyd's List of Impossibilities. And Floyd's List of Impossibilities, if you are offended by any of this, go tune in The View, reruns of Phil Donahue MTV or a cornhole tournament and watch it. If you're offended by this, I'm just telling you. And not most of y'all are not offended by it, but if you are, I'm just telling you somewhere you can go rather than listening to me. Impossibility that the Lume butt crack deodorant will work on Lizzo, Hillary Clinton, Stacey Abrams, or Whoopi Goldberg. I don't guess they put a peace sign. Yeah, try you a peace sign of the Lume butt crack deodorant on Whoopi Goldberg and see how that turns out for you. Huh? Just say it. You know, I know some of you folks up there listening in at Martha's Vineyard are highly offended. Impossibility that Donald Trump is responsible for when Joe Biden has a bowel evacuation in his dependents, which is frequent. Impossibility that you will ever see a drag queen show at a Pentecostal church. Amen. Impossibility that any 10-year-old in this country is not addicted to an iPhone. Impossibility that a man with pink hair walking around with a Queers for Gaza t-shirt on and his Johnson hanging out could last more than 1 hour in Gaza.
Yeah.
Try that on. This is what they need to do to them too. These cats that's walking around with the Queers for Gaza and the pink hair and the nose rings and all this kind of stupid stuff. Put them on a plane, send them to Gaza. Y'all want to be a human shield. That's if you want to really make a statement. Do that. And here's the last one. Impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his depends.
Sums it up. Charlie, we've been having threats, a lot of rain, threats of bad weather everywhere. What's it look like coming up?
It looks like we're in for another round of rain for sure. And this, according, thanks to the folks at Kelly Crop Insurance for being with us on Thursday nights. We got a good chance of rain, especially tomorrow night, early Saturday, and then a little bit into Sunday. It's going to be an on and off situation. I don't think, and I hope we don't get some of the totals they're talking about west of us, but most of us throughout this area. I know Floyd said he ended up with about 3 inches of rain out of the whole system. Is that right, Floyd?
Yeah, 3 inches. Yep.
I was about 3 2/10. So we got some real good rain earlier this week. We need some more. Just hope we don't get too much. But the temperature wise, we're going to be back up around where we should be with highs in the 80s. Tomorrow got to be at 85, and then Saturday will rain, maybe not break quite the 80s. And then you see we go pretty much uniform from Sunday all the way through Thursday. 90 degrees on Wednesday. Hey, that's look here. We're in the middle of May, so it's time to see that 88 to 92 degree reading. Thanks to all of you for tuning in and being with us on Thursday nights. We appreciate you. We love y'all. Pray for this nation. Don't take long to figure out that we're in a big mess. And prayer's about the only thing that can see us through it. And if we've offended any yellow or blue dog Democrats or anything back up on Martha's Vineyard, we're not sorry. We're doing what we feel like we all do, visiting with one another and being like-minded. And that's what it boils down to. Floyd?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Charlie. That's it, man. We don't tell y'all nothing but the truth. There ain't nothing we can't back up with what we say. Nothing. So y'all ain't gonna get us in a Joe Biden moment where we have to lie to get out of it. If we have to start lying to stay on this show right here, we'll just quit. We'll just roll the rug up and we'll go home. But we appreciate y'all being with us, and always remember this, always very important. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Don't ever go anywhere where you do not have your Second Amendment rights with you. You have that privilege to do that. The Constitution says that for right now, and it's been that way since back about 1776. It said that, but we got people trying to change it. But always exercise your Second Amendment rights. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Man, watch out where you are, because you can get in a tight spot before you know it. But be vigilant of your surroundings. And at night, when you lay down in that good bed, that good cool bed with that good air conditioning blowing on you, start thanking the good Lord above. Start thanking the God that created all of this and created us and everything on this earth and everything in the air and everything in the sea. He did it. He said he did it, and he did it. Start thanking him for what he's done for you today, and you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking him. Good night, y'all. I appreciate it. Queezer, go ahead and lead us on out of here.
Thank you, Floyd. You and Charlie, both y'all spoke some good words right there. Hey, we appreciate y'all letting us be with us tonight. We missed old Marvin. When he ain't here, we miss him. Now we really do. But he was busy tonight, and they tempted him with food, and he gave in to the temptation. So he ain't there, but he'll be back with us next week. Listen to me. If you see somebody that's been in the military, that is presently in the military, tell them thank you.
Yes.
Tell them you appreciate their service, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to get to do the things that we do. With all our problems, we still live in the greatest nation in the world, and this because of them and what they do for us. When you see a man or woman that wears a badge and totes a gun and protects us, a police officer, deputy, state trooper, state GBI agent, FBI agent, Alabama Law Enforcement Bureau, whatever you see, any of that, Florida Highway Trooper, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, anybody that protects you, tell them thank you. Tell them you appreciate it. A firefighter, EMT, or paramedic, people that put their life on the line for you, tell them thank you. It means more than you would ever know. And without these people out here that's willing to put their life on the line, I don't know that we could make it. But just a thank you go a long way, a long way. Before we leave y'all tonight, I just want to give you the scripture of the day. And the scripture today is my favorite verse in the whole entire Bible. It's found in John chapter 14, verse 6. And it says this: Jesus told him that I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. That is the verse that you need to go by. That's what you need to know. You know, Marvin would tell you that Sunday's coming up and you need to go to church. There's plenty of churches to pick from. Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. This part of the country is full of them. Find you a church. Go worship the Lord. You heard what Floyd said. Go thank him. Just thank him. If you ain't got this, thank him for what he has done for us. Charlie reminds you all the time we need to pray for this nation. Go to church and just you know, it does everybody good to go to church. Just go to church, and you might be surprised what might happen to you. Listen, before we go, we want to remind you of this. You need to always remember our sponsors. Always remember, if you get an opportunity, to give them a little bit. It's TK's, our good friends at Sewega Meat Company, and at Ziggy B's, Phillips Auto Parts, and the Holster 9, the Peach Depot. If you got any plumbing, call KWG. If you're in trouble, Shingler Laws Your Man, Southern Hissy Fits, Bear Hill Auction, and Kelly Crop Insurance. Remember them people. They're the ones that help us make it possible to be able to put this show on the air. And don't you ever forget this. Whatever you do, and no matter where you go or what you do, be particular. See y'all.
Good night, y'all.